Friends, we have already discussed about what is communication, present and presentation skills. Now we are going to talk about why is the oral communication important. Communication skills, teamwork skills, and interpersonal abilities. Communication is a skill, teamwork skills, and interpersonal abilities. For example, engineering. Uh, National Associations of College and Employees top 10 skills for graduates. Number one is communication, face-to-face, presentational, and teamwork. Second one is writing, and third one is teamwork. You are going to work with your team and environment. Fifth point is analytical, eighth is interpersonal, and nine is problem solving. Communication process. We have already discussed in our last lecture what is communication process. So here once again we are going to discuss communication process. Communication process, encoding and decoding. Encoding, sending idea, internal noise, and decoding is internal and semantic noises. Message decoded mean to say your message transmitted to your receiver. External noises, sender send transmit message, and receiver interpret that message. Here are two participants who are sender and receiver. Sender send the message and receiver who will receive the message. Communication process, same, encoding and decoding. Message, what any type of message you can send, verbal, visual, non-verbal, behavioral, to which meaning is attributed. Meaning interpret your thoughts and interpretations of others' message, non-transferable. Here you can see the slides. I am responsible for what I say. I am not responsible for what you understand. बात करने का अंदाज ऐसा होता है कि बात कंप्लीट भी हो जाती है और उसकी मीनिंग भी अच्छे तरीके से कन्वे हो जाती है. जो रिसीवर होता है उसे रिसीव भी हो जाती है मैसेज. कम्युनिकेशन प्रोसेस, आइडिया and message decoded, encoding and decoding. Here you can see, to get meaning we encode and decode symbol within a message. Message is a symbol, words, sounds, and actions that represent idea, feeling. Feeling encoded, putting thoughts, feelings into words, non-verbal cues and images, and encoded internal noises. And message decoded, internal and decoded voices. Decoded, what is decoded? Decoded is a process of interpreting another's message. Context, next we will talk about context. Context, 5 types of context are there. Context setting including what precede and follows what is said. 5 types of context are here: physical, social, historical, cultural, psychological. Physical, location, environment, temperature, lighting, noise. Physical condition, physical context include location, environment. Here we can see temperature, lighting, noise, distance between participants and time of the day. And the social context, nature of the relationship. Historical context relate to background from previous communication. Psychological context depends upon the moods and feelings of each participant bring to the interaction. And cultural context relate to values, beliefs, orientations, underlying assumptions, and rituals prevalent and among the people in society. Channel, route and the means. Face-to-face, 3 basic channels: verbal channel, non-verbal cues, and visual images. Technology and mediated, same. 3 basic channels: the verbal, non-verbal cues become emoticons and acronyms. Communication process, encoding, decoding. Interference, noise, any stimulus that hinders the process of sharing meaning. Physical sight, sounds, and other things within the environment. And psychological, internal noise, thoughts, semantic noise, symbol. Give the meaning of these thoughts. Feedback, reaction, and responses to a message to indicate to the sender whether and how the message was heard, seen, and interpreted. Confused look, nod, or saying, I understand. This type of message you can see like feedback. Communication setting differ by number of participants and interaction characterizations. Formal or informal. Types: interpersonal, in your mind, talking to yourself. Interpersonal, informal, between two people. Small group, 3 to 20 people. Public communication, communication delivered to more than 20. Communication principle. First one is communication has purpose. 5 purpose. Develop, maintain sense of self awareness. Second purpose is meet social needs. And the third purpose of the communication principle is exchange information. And the third purpose, develop, maintain relationship. Fourth purpose of communication principles is exchange information. Fifth one is influence others. Communication is a continuous work. Third one, communication message vary in conscious thoughts, occur spontaneously without much thought, based on learned script, constructed based on understanding of a situation. Communication is relational, reflect two aspects: immediacy, degree of liking or attractiveness in relationships; control, degree one participant is perceived to be the dominant, powerful. Communication is guided by the culture, systems of knowledge shared by a relatively large group of people, shared beliefs, values, symbols, and behavior. Which type of culture you are facing in your society? The word sophisticated comes from the Sanskrit sophisticated. Su means good, esticate meaning to be, and ka as a suffix. Until the Nazis used the symbol, the sophisticated was used by the many cultures throughout the past 3,000 years to represent life, sun, power, strength, and good luck. So we can say that sophisticated means energy, strength, good luck, power, sun, brightness, life. Communication principle. Communication principle. Communication has ethical implications. 5 ethical standards. Truthfulness and honesty means refraining from lying, belief, cheating, stealing, and deception. Integrity means maintaining a consistency of belief and action. Fairness means achieving the right balance of interest without regard to one's own feeling and without showing favor to any side in a conflict. Respect means showing regards or considerations for others and their ideas even if we don't agree with them. Responsibility means being accountable for one's action and what one's say. Communication competence and performance. Here we will talk about what is competence and what is performance. The communication competence impression that communicative behavior is both appropriate and effective in a given situation. Communication is effective when it achieves its goals. It is appropriate when it conforms to what is expected in a situation. Perception of competence depends in part on personal motivation, want to knowledge of what is involved, and skills, goal-oriented action. Credibility, perceptions of speakers' knowledge, trustworthiness, and warmth. Social case, social ease, managing so you don't appear nervous, anxious. Communication apprehension, the fear of or anxiety associated with real or anticipated communication with others. 4 types of communication apprehensions are there. Trait like anxious is most speaking situations, audience based only to certain people or group, situational, short lived during specific encounters, for example, job interview, context based anxiety in a particular situation. Communication skills improvement. State the problem. First of all, you will state the problem where you can feel problem during your communication. State the goal. What is the goal of your communication? Outline a specific procedure for reaching the goal. Devise a method for determining when the goal is reached or not. So these are the principle of communication process. Here you can see at the initial stage of these slides, we have discussed communication. principles, communication skills, how we can overcome our nervousness during communication, what is communication, what is encoding, and what is decoding, what is the purpose of encoding and decoding, why is oral communication important, it is a skill to achieve any task. So next we will talk about, inshallah, elements of communication. Okay, thank you so much.